What's up, everybody? Paco here, and marriage is awesome. It's also really hard and really confusing at times, but today we're sitting down with Chuck Moore. Chuck has been married for 42 years. He's a marriage coach, and he's gonna give us some expert advice on how to do marriage and do it well. I love date nights. I love going on dates. I love spending time with my wife, just her and I, or me and her and the baby and that sort of thing. But sometimes I just want to have a beer with my boys, talk sports, and hang out. I should have friends outside of my marriage, right? Like I should have like relationships where I'm just like hanging out with my guys, right?
Yes, they are essential to the health of the marriage.
Good enough.
But there are some tips on how to do this, and between women and men, generally, over the course of a marriage, men in particular can lose friendships and not pay attention to their friendships. And I think one of the principles, we all can get too isolated in our lives, period. And we've never put more expectations on marriage. You think about the history of marriage. There have never been more expectations put on your married partner than there are now to fulfill so many different roles and to be everything that you need. But my wife cannot meet all my needs for sure, and I need great male friendships. And I'm happy to say right now, I have more better male friendships now than I've ever had in my entire life. And it's part of what makes my marriage vital. But there are healthy ways to do this and less healthy ways. So some of the principles that we engage in is we talk about it. We talk about what's the right balance, how often should I be out, and that'll obviously vary depending on how many young children are in the household or where you guys are and what's going on. Another principle is I want my wife to know my friends. So I don't have friends that my wife hasn't met. I like to bring them into the house. So, I mean, we'll play cards, play bocce ball, whatever, at my house. My wife is there, she meets them all. She may hang around for half an hour or longer, and then leave. But I want my wife to know my friends, and I value her perspective on my friends. And it has not happened very often, but there can be times my wife's like, tell me about this guy. Like, this guy sounds like he's angry about his marriage, he's not happy. How does he affect you? What is this? Because we want friends. They have a very important relational impact on us, but that also means we want good friends who are healthy for us, who are having a positive effect on us. There can be a lot of conversation about, should I have women friends? Should you have friends of the opposite gender? And I would say, by and large, you want to limit that and for sure want to have your spouse involved in those relationships and have some conversations about how is that playing out and where are you? There can be many opportunities to emotionally get more deeply connected to somebody outside the marriage than inside the marriage. And that's something that needs to be talked about and carefully kind of considered.
Yeah. Okay, what if I don't like some of my spouse's friends? What do I do with that?
Well, I think on the one hand, it can be very natural. So having that conversation and being honest and open about it, but being specific about why you don't like them. So if it's mostly about you, I would say perhaps, oh well. But if there are some concerns that seem legitimate about how that friend is affecting your wife, about the things that she says and does, I think that's an important conversation.
But friends are important.
They're essential to a healthy marriage.